What is up, guys? Welcome to Boomer Base. Today we are here for Delicious in Dungeon episode 2. It just came out today and I have just finished watching it. So let's talk about it, let's see how it was, and let's get cracking. But before we get to the real content, if you end up liking what you see and want to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified anytime I upload. So, welcome back to Boomer Base. As I mentioned, here to talk about Delicious in Dungeon episode 2 of the new Netflix sort of cooking dungeon fantasy D&D anime. We're on episode 2. It's very early days. Episode 1 was a nice treat. I really enjoyed it. It was nice and soft. And episode 2 continues to be soft. We got to see some more cooking that I was really happy to see. We got to see some more characters in action, so that was great. So all around, a really good episode. And I wish I could just end it there, but we've not even clocked in at 1 minute. So let's talk about it a bit more. So Leos, Chilchuck, Senshi, and Marcel, they continued off pretty much from where they were, to be honest. They were sleeping in the tree. And Marcel got woke up by like a nightmare. It was another group of people cooking, and they were cooking with sort of like... Senshi moaned about how it's kind of just like meat, wine, and bread. Semi like staples, nothing like refreshing or filling and whatnot. And so they were trying to incorporate, a more balanced diet and things. They wanted to go get some chicken, so they went to go fight a basilisk, which was a half chicken, half snake. Went to go steal some of its eggs and whatnot. So that was quite cool. The basilisk looked kind of cool. It definitely... Every time I hear the word basilisk, I automatically think of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This one was just a chicken body with a snake tail. The eggs were very squishy because they were like snake eggs, which was kind of cool. And then Senshi and Lyros, they did a kind of cool tag team fight, which was pretty cool. It was over pretty simple. Like the fight scene itself was simple, very, very quick, but it was just done cool. So overall happy with it. And then they kind of ended up making some like food with that. They went to go pick some mandrakes as well, so it was very much Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets this episode. They cooked an omelette and things, which was really cool. And honestly, I'm just saying it was cool. Like it was, I get such nice, like I really enjoyed Food Wars or Shigeki no Soma. Like I enjoyed that. I like that they went into detail about cooking. It felt real. It felt cool. If only I could use another word that wasn't cool, that would be great. And I like that this kind of does that as well. Essentially goes into a lot of detail about what to do, why to do it, and things, and just how to make good food out of stuff that you wouldn't consider to eat as food. Senshi is probably my favourite character. He's just an absolute laugh. I love him. Dwarves I'm very partial to. I am a big fan of dwarves. Chilchuck, you got to see him in action this episode, so I was really happy to see him. He's not a kid. I thought he actually was a kid. But it appears he is an adult. And you got to see him disarming some traps. He's very, very cool, to be fair. Like, in his own retrospect with his job, he was banging a sword against the wall. He was identifying where secret doors were, where stones were that triggered traps, disarming traps. And it was all very cool to kind of see him in action and see a bit of that side, because I'm kind of treating this as like D&D cooking and whatnot. So it's very cool to see that retrospect. Marcel at the moment continues just to be kind of annoying. She appears to be a well-liked character from what I can ascertain, but at the moment she's just kind of annoying and kind of useless. Lyos is just kind of funny in a weird way with his obsession of being like, oh, I wonder what like the basilisk chicken tastes like compared to this, and just all things that you wouldn't really think, and whether the meat and I don't know. He is an oddball, so to speak, but I mean, he's still a nice character. Marcel, when she tried to get some mandrakes out, she had one of these bats that she used from the wild, and I mean, the bat was much bigger than I expected, so that was very cool. But she ended up having the mandrake scream just kind of corrupt her mind for a little bit. She went a bit like loopy in the head for a little bit, and just kind of became like a bit retarded. Like just her eyes went to the side, just couldn't really think very well and whatnot. And Lyos was being very kind to her at that point, so you can tell he's a good leader. He's kind, he understands his party well, and that's really important. what I mean about Marcel being kind of like irritating is that she just wants everyone to not think of her as a burden, which I can understand, but at this moment in time, she is being a burden. Her magic, from what I've seen anyway, isn't that amazing, but they haven't shown us enough, so I don't overly know. Um, it does feel very weird, the pacing of the story, because I thought they were trying to quickly get down to the dungeon to like save the girl from the dragon's belly, but they kind of just keep stopping to have food, which I'm all for, but I kind of thought they were in some form of rush. But to be honest, I'm all for seeing just more food and whatnot. But there was a couple of other characters that were from the party. I mean, they only were there for a very short period of time, so we didn't really meet any new characters. We only just saw two new monsters that we hadn't seen, and both of them looked fine. They served their purpose for the episode. Overall, episode 2 wasn't, top of the pop, crazy, bonkers, anything like that. It just continued the good pace that we had from the first one. It's an all-round just good episode, solid episode. As I mentioned in the first one, I really like the Dragon Quest Studio Ghibli soft anime style for it. It's really nice to look at. It's really nice to enjoy. The opening's kind of a bop, not a crazy bop, but I still consider it a bop. It's one I'm just listening to all the way through without skipping. Ending song's alright as well. Nothing special with that either, but overall, just a fine episode. I'm very curious to see where it goes. I don't know if it's just going to continue with this pace and things going forward. I keep getting very weird, eerie feelings that just something's going to go very wrong, or we're going to get one of those sort of cliffhanger endings. But from how it's gone so far, it doesn't really feel like that at all. But we'll just have to wait and see. I hope everyone that tunes into this episode, if you're watching the series, I hope you're enjoying it as well. Try to keep any spoilers out of the comments, but I'm not going to delete your comment if a spoiler appears. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and tune in to next week's episode review. Thank you very much. Take care now. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.